They're seen just about everywhere in India's largest cities. Poor and homeless children living and hanging out on the streets. Some hustle enough rupees here and there to pay for an occasional plate of rice. An expanding economy is creating new wealth and opportunities in India. The head of the Global Council of Indian Christians says in cities like Bangalore, thousands of young children and teens have yet to benefit from the economic boom.
We have about 800,000 orphans, street children, children under bonded labor. This is a large number of people in Bangalore city itself. And they are being robbed of their youth and their childhood.
Children like 12-year-old Sangeetha. When she was 9, she spent her days rolling incense sticks instead of attending school. She earned the equivalent of 20 cents per day.
I didn't like. It is very pain, hands are very pain, and fever, cough. I feel very sad.
Why were you sad?
I want to come to school and study well.
Incense sticks are, first of all, what they are using there are chemicals. And they are not using any gloves or no protective methods, number one. And their working hours are 14 hours, 15 hours, and it can go even beyond that. And apart from that, many of these girls are also being abused by the people over there. And they are like, they don't think that, it is an offense to do them. They think this is their right. As an upper caste, they can go and, misuse these women.
Many of these kids are Dalits, the so-called untouchables, the lowest class in India's caste system. Poor and uneducated, many Dalit children are entrapped into a street culture of drugs, crime, and prostitution. Among the homeless here in Bangalore, young Kumar and David and Priya, they live in this makeshift shelter. It's nothing more than bamboo and some grain sacks. But there is hope for these children. A Christian ministry is offering them schooling. Some of the poor and homeless kids receive education and vocational training at the Yuvalak Foundation. The Christian ministry began 10 years ago as an outreach to so-called rag pickers. Rag pickers are children who pick through garbage, searching for bottles and other recyclables. Today, 260 younger kids, ages 3 to 10, attend classes at Yuvalak. 150 older children receive training through their child labor project. Some live here, and all are given health care, meals, and spiritual nurturing.
We are not content with what we are doing. Yes, by God's grace, people come and say you're doing a good work. But there are thousands of kids who still are waiting to hear that Jesus loves them. We want this vision to just go out to the entire church and each Christian take this responsibility of ministering to the poor.
Young Sangeetha says she's glad to be off the streets and in the classroom.
I like my teachers and studies. I study very good now. I'm nice now. I'm a very good student.
Sangeetha is optimistic about her future and says she will work hard to become a computer engineer.
When we begin to see the lives of these kids being changed, they go back to their communities, and then their families, they are going to tell others about what God is doing in their lives.
Christians investing in the lives of Indian children, children that would otherwise be on the streets, giving them a hope and a future. Gary Lane, CBN News, Bangalore, India.